Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Yeah, I'm a witness for the Lord. I'm gonna sing these crazy praises till I'm gone.
What's going on, Alpha Raiders? James Nguyen here. Not gonna do that. All right, we had some extra echo going on. So happy Memorial Day to you, Alpha Raiders out there. I don't know if anybody's going to join me or not, but here we are on a Sunday because I'm not going to be able to do anything tomorrow night. We'll be grilling and spending some time blowing off our fingers. Maybe not. Today we're going to draw the shield. Can you tell I'm having some problems here? It's been a day. It's been a week. A weekend. My wife was away visiting her parents, and she came home and been a bit of a whirlwind since. But you don't care. You don't care about that. You ain't here for that. I gotta turn on some lights, camera, and action. Lights, camera, action. Give you guys a sneak peek. Sneaky, the peaky at the pages. And some of the other things that I've been working on. Work it. Let's see if there's a glare on this. There's not a glare. All right, we'll use it. I will allow it. So, how was your weekend? Are you excited about another day? One more extra day? Do you get an extra day? I remember when I worked a blue-collar job, I did not get many days off. There were, like, this one was an easy one, but we'd work Saturday, and I'd work Tuesday through Saturday. It was stinky. It was crazy. Let me add this here. Share the screen. Entire screen. Do that. Move this over so you're not staring at that all day. See, I got some comments. Howdy. Let's go. Brother Patrick Daniels says, howdy. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. You guys are the best. Phone, he beat you to it. The Shield. That's right. He came before our main man, Captain America. I know everybody thinks only of Captain America, but the Shield, there's a reason. The Shield could have gone with some underwear. You know what I mean? I loved the 1980 series drawn by Rick Buckler. I didn't know anything about the Shield. I knew that there was a character called the Shield. I think I thought about drawing him at one time and did not because of the leotard, but we're going to go for it. We're going to go all for it. And hopefully we have some time to do some colors. I brought out the colors. So hopefully we can get into it. Brother Funk said I had the Impact comic line series by DC Comics. I guess they were trying to integrate the Shield and a couple of the Archie characters into the DC universe right around 2010, but the publishing rights timed out, and that fell through. Mike is back. What's going on? First time caller on your broadcast. That's right. We were together on the other James Sullivan's podcast. What do you call it? Live stream. So I thank you, Mike, for joining us here tonight. I hope that I can provide the entertainment that you were looking for on a Sunday evening to usually close out the weekend and prepare for the week ahead. But we got one extra day, and I am hoping that you continue to join me on Sundays at 8 o'clock. But here it is. I'm showing you a preview of Alpha Red number 9. This is page 1. I don't talk too much about it because I don't want to give too much away. But I am excited for you guys to see all the Alpha Red goodness. And I am chipping away at issue number 9. So that's page 4. Page 4. One of my favorite pages so far, to be honest. Actually, they're all my favorite. Page 5, I'm looking at it now. A favorite. Page 6. My goodness, it's getting better. I hope you agree. Page 7. 7, lucky number 7. Page 8. What is going on here? It's setting up page 9. And this is page 9 here. Let me remove this before I get into my character sheets here. And there it is, page 9. It's going to be a flashback. This is going to be his parents up here. This is actually little young Wes. Little young Wes. This is his dad, Juke, who was also a hero. So we'll get to see a little bit of their backstory. And this is going to be the main villain. I don't know if I talked about this last week, but here's the character sheet for the main villain, Professor Polar. Professor Polar. I didn't finish reading. I apologize. Brother Funk says we need Ray McKay on here. He's a mighty crusader. He's a mighty crusaders expert. Okay, is the Shield a mighty crusader? I did not know that. I might have to buzz him. If you are friends with him, Brother Fong, buzz him. Let him know that I will be drawing the Shield tonight. He's usually pretty busy. So, but they have different holidays in Canada, the Great White North. So he might not have time. It just might be another Sunday night for him. But Mike says, I need knowledge, not entertainment, but I want entertainment. So carry on. I thank you, sir. I thank you. I will give you knowledge as well. So I am informing you that Professor Polar is the new villain for issue number 7. And it's a villain that his parents have to fight. Oh, did I say parents? Well, here is his dad. He is Noah Wesley, also known as Juke, and he's a super speedster. He is a speedster. All right. Let's get into it. So Mike MEP doesn't run away. We will educate and entertain simultaneously. Let me grab a lighter pencil, if I may. When I say a lighter pencil, I mean like a harder lead pencil. I usually keep them in this little jar, but I was using it and I never returned it. We might have to go in full bore, guys. Might just have to jump right in. Oh, I think me found it. This is not my preferred one, but obviously because it's a little longer, Patrick Daniel would be happy that this guy is within the right size for the palm. Let's see here. Obviously, he would benefit from a Captain America type pose. Let's think about what is most exciting. This is some things that I learned whilst I was reviewing some of my inspirations as a young artist in the 90s. I came across a Todd McFarlane interview. And Todd McFarlane, he simplifies his philosophy, his drawing philosophies. So like it's like, is it really, is that all it takes is these couple of principles and you get like a super dynamic image? So one of the principles is that something has to be close to the camera, close to the viewer, and something is farther away. So that's why he makes like the hands like really close. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do like a Todd inspired philosophy here, where he's just going to have his hand kind of jumping out at you. And I'm going to include some of my study of Joe Madureira also, as he's one of the artists that I currently really lean on for dynamic poses. and dynamic presentations of the image in general. Just super heroic. The exaggerations in the anatomy are fun and funny, like fun and cool. I don't know how else to say it. Obviously, he is very successful. So I'm going to make the hand really close. I'm also going to make the knee up here kind of close. And then I'm going to drop his foot right in there. Bing. And put his hand all the way back here. Do a fist, or do I do a... If we're going to do a Todd McFarlane, we might as well go all the way Toddy and do some fingers. He likes to makes the fingers. Let me see what I missed here. Brother Fong says, haven't progressed to being his friend yet. Just crazy stalker at Comic-Con hunting for his autograph. I getcha. Yes, full-size pencil. FTW. I don't know what FTW means. I know what WTF means, but FTW. You might have to educate me on FTW. Fong says, The Shield is part of the Red Circle heroes published by Archie Comics, along with the Comet, Jaguar, Fly, and Web, etc., etc., etc. They formed a superhero team called the Mighty Crusaders. Did not know that. Well, I am happy to draw a Mighty Crusader here on Memorial Day weekend. Patrick Daniels says, the Mighty Crusaders was a series I had in the 80s. Fun stuff. Great. That's awesome. I'm glad I chose it then. Archie licensed them out to DC in the 1990s. DC tried to do this all ages line of comics with them called Impact Comics. I do remember the Impact Comics. I don't remember picking them up, but I do remember seeing the name is familiar. Brother Funk says, I love the Impact Comics design for the Shield. Which one is it? Is it this new one here? Is it this guy here? The one holding the flag? Because this is what I was going to go for. I was just going to go classic. This one, very similar, but it looks like they were afraid to make it a full leotard, full unitard thing on the top, and that's the one I was going to do. But we shall see. Brother Fong says, FTW for the win. Gotcha. I appreciate that. See, I should have. Brother Fong knows all. He just knows all. All right. So we got smaller head, just because we're going to try to wing it on a Joe Madureira inspired kind of pose, mixed in with a Todd McFarlane philosophy of something really close and something really far. Far. Yeah. I don't know if you have kids, but the Grover Sesame Street near far thing was a very fun thing that I would perform for my kids, and they enjoyed it. All right, so let me see. The references you show is from a later design when DC tried to incorporate them into the main universe. Yes, from around 2010. Yeah, it didn't. There was a more like 80s thing with a like a Thriller jacket, like a Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. Because this is Thriller. Where it had some shoulder pads-ish looking, not shoulder pads, but like just pointy shoulders. All right, that arm back here is not working for me. not working for me. Let's go shoulder behind the head. And I'm sure this is a pose that I'm almost directly taking from Joe Madureira, but without looking at any Joe Madureira pictures here. Let me turn this notifications off. Very distracting. I'm getting some texts. Getting some texts. The Funk says, just Google Impact Comics and the Shield later, and you'll see it. More bulky armor. Ah, okay. Yeah, I saw Rob Liefeld did a bunch, and he puts a beard on him, and there's a lot of drawings with him wearing a beard. So Ray McKay is part of a Mighty Crusader panel at both Comic-Con and WonderCon. Nice. I should know that. But I guess I didn't associate the Shield with the Mighty Crusaders. I did know that he did some panels for them, with them. Yeah, Ray McKay gets around. That guy, he's a networker for sure. He's doesn't take no for an answer. Very polite, very easy to work with. So I don't know. Maybe we can convince Ray to come down to the Koinonia Con. What do you think? He is in Canada, but he is like West Coast Canada. West Coast Canada. All right. I think that should be enough, I think, to start throwing in. I just needed that as a layout for the composition. Now we can go in for the the darker pencils, get the details in, and then gonna keep it lively. Try to keep it a little bit more lively. Lots of energy, like not a lot of detail before I go in with the inks. Like not a lot of shore lines before I go in with the colors. So do you guys have firecrackers? Anybody doing firecrackers this Memorial Day? Is that not a firecracker? Brother J. Scott in the house. Happy Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. Sunday to all is what Brother J. Scott says. Brother Funk says, if you can get Ray to come to Koinonia Con, I say, let's do it. To be honest, I don't know if Ray's a Christian. I never asked. Seems like a nice young man. Not that you have to be a Christian to work on Christian comics or anything. I know the cast of The Chosen, not all Christians. Like the lady who plays Mary, I think she's Jewish, but not even a practicing Jewish lady. No desire to convert to Christianity. We never talked about it. You know, it's not one of my giftings is to, you know, make sure that everybody is good with their eternal salvation. I should be more bold, or at least more, I don't know, what would you say? Courageous? I should care more about that. I just with my own faith, I just try to walk the walk and openly talk about my faith and my walk. And if that makes people feel uncomfortable, then so be it. Some people have asked out of curiosity why I am so vocal about it, and then I can share a little bit. But it's not something that I feel like I'm called to just ask everybody about. I am jealous of people who can work that into conversations more naturally. It does help that Alpha Red is a faith-based comic, and so while I am discussing the motivations for Alpha Red, I can share that Alpha Red goes on a faith journey as well as a hero's journey, and that's when those kinds of conversations open up. But Mr. Ray McKay knows that it is a faith-based comic, so he's not afraid to associate with it. So when is Koinonia Con? I should know because I'm headed there. October 24th, am I remembering correctly? Just a one day fun day? One day fun day? Well, Ray does work for Grok Comics too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, he does. He does. So, but Ray is also a just a very motivated young man. So, get out there, do all the things. So I don't know if you remember one of the names that were talked about a lot during the Marvel layoffs, the Disney Marvel layoffs, even in the MCU. Someone who designed a lot of the characters was Andy Park. So I don't know if Andy Park is a Christian or not, but Andy Park did issue one issue of Archangels the Saga. So they don't, we don't necessarily need to limit our talent, like the hired talent, to be Christian. It is just it could be a way to get them Christian curious, right? Get them Christian curious. This is a good way to hide that his leotard is a unitard thing, because it goes all the way down. All the way down. Yes, October 24th, one day fun day. Yes. I've written a few stories for Grok Comics. Which ones did you write, Patrick Daniel? I did not. I don't think I knew that. And I'm sure he's not putting you through a litmus test as far as whether or not you're a believer. I know he is open to collaborating with whomever to get his stories out. This is going to start to look like a Spidey pose, just because I was going McFarlane. I was going more McFarlane. So do I want the knee all the way out there? I do owe Ray some comics. Now that I'm thinking about, I don't think we we have like a contract that made him, asked him to sign a contract for issue number 6, which was our first collaboration. But I did not sign anything with Ray for issue number 7. I just paid him. And so part of his payment for issue number 6 was 3 free issues of issue number 6. And I sent those off. But with issues number 7 and 8, I just gave him the agreed upon amount with no contract. So Patrick Daniel says, I wrote a short Black Cobra story and a Thief in the Night story. Wrote a couple of issues of Remnant that are in production now. It is hard. I think Ray was saying that sometimes it takes a long time before you see the fruit of your labor in some cases. So Funk says, and yes, Andy Park got let go. He's a Christian. Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. I know his cousin who does missionary work in Cambodia. She told me to go to Comic-Con. She told me to find him and tell him that cousin Kathy said hi. That's awesome. But yeah, he Andy Park did some work for Rob Liefeld during the his extreme days, and then got picked up eventually by Disney, and then Disney Marvel, and so yeah, it was. So maybe that's a bad example, but I know for sure that the Chosen cast is not all believers, and Dallas Jenkins is very open about, saying that he's working. He plans on continuing to work with whoever does the best job, and that's fine by me. I'm very behind on the Chosen series. Whenever it went off the app, the Angel app, kind of lost touch with it there, then realized it was on Amazon Prime, and I have Amazon Prime, but I have the advertisement version. I don't have the free version, the ad-free version. So this is starting to look like a Rob Liefeld pose, because the foot's all wonky. The foot's all wonky. I forgot. I finished up that Deathstroke the other day. I ran into that. It was not done. I was not happy with where I left it. So I was like, you know what? I cannot just let it flail around. So I'm going to pull it out here and let you guys see the progress. Brother Fong says, not to be confused with Andy Park in the Vineyard Church, who wrote a lot of worship songs and not Korean. And I've met him too. I did not know that there was an Andy Park who wrote worship songs in the Vineyard. Brother Fong knows it all and knows them all. Knows everybody. Patrick Daniel, have you met Fong? I think he might have met you. I'm kidding. Brother Fong gets around. He gets around. All right, what do you think? Is this a dynamic pose? Is this does this have the McFarlane vibe? Just kind of something that I ran across as far as the principles behind some of my favorite artists, their kind of secrets, their secret sauce. And I used to be so hungry for the any kind of advice on how to improve. And so this is like me applying some things that Toddy boy said back in the 90s. And maybe I heard it and maybe I didn't, and maybe I applied it and I forgot. But I just heard it again recently. Those videos, those Staber videos that a bunch of the image guys did with Stan Lee. And he just shared one of his principles. He did try to show off some of his anatomy, and it was a little bunk. Not gonna lie. I wasn't there for his anatomy. I was there for the energy that he brought to the page. Like just his philosophy in how he constructed the anatomy was just not something that I would apply. And it was all very visual, like he's obviously just observing as we do as artists, and you just apply what you see, but it's not the underlying thing. And it makes sense to a certain point, but it was very, very much a simplified understanding of anatomy, whereas, what I saw in Jim Lee was a more like biologically based. I don't know how else to say it. But the Funk says, "I'd love to meet Patrick Daniel. I know we vibe on these draw streams." I just thought maybe you knew him outside of here, possibly. I'm kidding. We love old school comics. Yes, you guys have good taste in comics. Good taste in comics. So I am getting more and more excited about Masters of the Universe. I was just listening to, I don't know if you guys listen to Clownfish TV, but they were mentioning that Jared Leto has been absent from the promotion, and they were curious. Let me see if I can quickly pull out the Deathstroke from the other day. All right. There it is. The Deathstroke from the other day. We did it in color. And I went back, and it was too open and too bright. So I was watching a David Finch tutorial on shadows, and I highly recommend it. Just really his philosophy on how to light the anatomy using Mike Mignola, who he's a fan of, but he just gave you the thinking behind the art as he is applying Mike Mignola's shadows onto his anatomy. Just the boldness of just the straight black, like straight. Here's where the muscle is. Boom. All this is black over here. Like, wow. Just the boldness of it was very inspiring. And so when I ran across that Deathstroke from 2 weeks ago, it was, I had to apply it. I knew that the contrast was what was missing. All right. Let's do it. Let's get in here with the inks. We'll do some inks and then we'll jump in here with some colors because we are doing pretty good on time. Pretty good on time. Brother Funk says, God has been very gracious to me to allow me to meet a lot of people. I just talked to Alex Wu the other day, who is the head of Cuckoo Studios. He was an animator at Pixar. I didn't know. I don't know who Alex Wu is, and I'm not even sure what Cuckoo Studios is, but that sounds like fun. Patrick Daniel says, and I would be honored to meet you too. Yes, you guys are awesome. I hope one day we can have a meetup. So someone who went to church with him connected us, and he's interested in coming to Koinonia Con. That's awesome. Awesome. Let's get the news out there. Oops, I missed one. Funk says, Cuckoo Studios released a movie on Netflix last year called Your Dreams. All right. I don't have Netflix, so I don't watch much Netflix specific stuff. Of course, very blessed to know James Q. Nguyen. Yes. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan from Zebra Comics, finishing up. Is it done yet? The Houston Comic Fest or something like that? Comic Fest. Just gotten home. My voice is shot. Yes, sir. I know the feeling. So Ryan just introduced Houston to the Nephilim, his comic. So I still have not had a chance to read it. I have a stack of comics to read. And yours is, I can't even say yours is at the top. It's like, what do I have? The top one is Transformers 31 with the Soundwave cover. That's usually one of my first reads, and it's usually like must read, like right away. I must admit that the Kirkman stuff is not as must read as the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff was. As like, I don't know. Even the Daniel Warren Johnson stuff towards the end was like a mixed bag, but mostly still good. So I still felt the desire to sit down right away and read it once I got home. And so yours is on the pile for sure. Got some Rippaverse stuff in. I got G.I. Joe. What else did I get? Green Arrow, Absolute Green Arrow. Did anybody pick up Absolute Green Arrow? Anybody want to weigh in on it? I know if you've watched Thinking Critical, I think you know what they think about it. You know what they think about it. But yeah, anybody want to weigh in? Hope you guys saw. I don't think I have it nearby here. I do. There it is. My Green Arrow. That's on the Etsy store. If you like that, you can go to jamesq.net and you can pick up the new Absolute Green Arrow. Oh, I don't want to do too many details because I am going to color it. Jay Scott, if you're still here, we are going to color it. We're going to try. I'm going to focus. Hocus pocus. We had to say that to my daughter a lot. She was a what do you call a kid who's easily distracted, but like, I don't know, she lived in fairyland. You know, she would like look at what you're doing, and then you could tell that she was coming up with her own, that she had her own imagination about what was going on. She had her own vocabulary. She had her own way of saying her name. Called herself Nana, and her name is not Nana. Didn't even sound like it. She was smart as anything, but I'm not sure why. I lost my train of thought. Got to focus. Oh, focus. Hocus pocus. So, uh, obviously, around that time when she was young, we watched Frosty the Snowman, and we would always be telling her to focus, focus, focus. Pay attention, girl. Focus. And then after watching Frosty the Snowman, anytime we say focus, she would go hocus pocus. She was the cutest little thing. So, of course, you just didn't say anything. Hocus pocus it was. Hocus pocus it was. Ryan says, all good, brother. I've been on many waiting lists. There you go. There you go. Would love to see the Starcross Comics and Grok comics have a presence at Comic-Con. Yeah, I'd love it too. Would love it too. Mike says, nice, energetic pose. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Applying the lessons of Todd McFarlane, a little bit of Rob Liefeld in there, and with I don't know if you are into hands, like studying of hands, but this is I feel like a combination of Jim Lee and Joe Madureira hands. I like their hands as a study, and they have very similar hands sometimes. I do like Joe Madureira's hands a little bit better, just because they're a little bit more exaggerated and cartoony. So that is, I think that's what I like about them. I don't know for sure. You just don't know sometimes why you like what you like. You just stare at it. You go, wow, what makes that picture so irresistible to look at? And like I was saying on Sketching the Beast, you deconstruct your favorite artist and the images that they draw, and you try to understand what it is about what they're doing that makes their pictures as irresistible to look at as you find them. And then you copy it. Like, I didn't use any pictures to copy this, but I know that this hand is very similar to a Jim Lee and Joe Madureira hand. And Dave Finch talks about this too. Like, after you've studied your favorite artist, after a while, it just becomes like a tool that's also in your toolbox. You don't have to run to their comic to look at how they draw the thing that you learn from them. You can start to apply it because you can visualize it right in your head. And that's kind of where you find your own style, because you inevitably have your own style if you draw enough. So Mike says, struggle with hands, but anytime I'm pressed for time, I study the blocky forms hands of JR and Capullo. Yes, I didn't realize that they, I don't know if they studied together. Who was I talking to? I was talking to an inker, Kevin Conrad, who says that he grew up with Greg Capullo, and Greg Capullo's rise at Marvel inspired him to try to draw comics again, because he was already doing graphic design, and Greg Capullo was struggling to try to get in. But once he got in, Greg Capullo was inspired or kind of mentored by John Romita Jr. And you can see the similarities in their work, just the speed at which they draw, and they have like their kind of go-to kind of blocky style that really speeds up their production. Mike says, or draw my characters holding an overly bright flashlight. Hey, if the image guys became millionaires drawing smoke over their feet, you can have everybody holding giant flashlights. 10,000 lumens. 10,000 lumens. My son owns a landscaping business, and he orders everything through my Amazon Prime account. And it's just so weird what he buys for his employees. And I just saw a flashlight come through, and it was 10,000 lumens. Now, I don't know how that measures up to a normal flashlight or my cell phone flashlight, but 10,000 lumens, just because I know his personality, that's a lot of lumens. Just a lot of lumens. Like he's like guiding the aliens in from outer space with the flashlight that has 10,000 lumens. You know, that's what I picture. Guiding them in. You guys into the UFOs? Do you believe the government that there are UFOs? Are you scared? Are you scared? Yeah, we'll keep most of it kind of loose and allow it to have the energy, and then I will, when I go in with the color, that's when after we do the colors, I'll go in and tighten up, give the inks a little bit more time, Your son is fighting crime after work. Don't be fooled. Yes. It is possible. He works out. He's super jacked, and might have to dig in his closet to see if there are any superhero costumes. That is a great hand. Thank you, Patrick Daniel. Brother Funk says, I'm guessing your son lights up the room. He is without a doubt a character. He is not boring. Did I tell you he drives a Maserati? He lives across the hall from me. And at 21, he drives a little rocket ship on 4 wheels called a Maserati. And he loves it when I drive it. I think he's very proud of it. And otherwise, maybe he's just delirious because he is perpetually working. So when I see him, he is not of sound mind. Let's just say. You want to drive my car, Dad? You want to drive my car? I got new tires. It's not the tires I'm worried about. It's the brakes. Do they work? How good are they? I went from 60 miles an hour to 140 miles an hour because we were already on the highway. And I hit a straightaway. We were kind of pointed downhill. And I was like, here we go. In like 5 seconds, we hit 140 miles an hour, 120, 140. I don't know. It was fast. It was dangerous. Dangerous, I must say. I don't know how he's still alive because I can hear him pull out no matter where I am. Like, no matter where I am in the house. My son is leaving. You can hear the car turn on, and he leaves it running for like 5 minutes. Maybe not so much anymore because it is starting to warm up here in central New York. Is It's finally, well, I shouldn't even say that because it was like 50 degrees this morning in the high 40s, low 50s today when I went for my walk. All right, let's get this hand back here, and then we can jump in with some colors. You guys see that? Okay. I didn't know if the paper was too high. Let's see. All right. But yeah, I'm definitely not charging my son enough rent. Every time I threaten to raise the rent, he starts looking for an apartment, looking for roommates, looking for all kinds of stuff. And then he doesn't move out. And then his mom renegotiates and keeps his rent the same. And dang it. Trying to get a better car myself. Get the old Todd McFarlane foot up here. The old Mickey Farland foot. That I could never really perfect when I was in my teens when he was drawing Spider-Man. But he drew really big, long feet. And I loved it. All right. We're getting close here to the super colors here. And they're easy colors because he's mainly red and blue with a little bit of white. All right, so he's got some kind of a V. Is it a V? Some kind of design element there. We'll do like so. We do like so. And here it is up here. Some kind of V on there. Does he have it on? Yep. V for victory, maybe. We'll have to ask young Ray whether the design elements on his boots and gloves are meant to be a V. For a Canadian, young Ray sure does love American stuff. I mean, who can blame him? But I'm always curious why folks outside of the U.S. have such strong opinions about the U.S. Love us or hate us. Did I show you guys? Let me see something here. I don't know where I would have put it. I have a, did I show you the God Bless America poster? I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I can post it. But if you wanted a God Bless America Alpha Red poster, I have something around here. I don't want to walk away. Don't walk away. Sure, a girl sings that. What is that? No, Ace of Base. That's Ace of Base. I saw the sign. And it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Sing it, Brother Fong. Karaoke King. Life is demanding without understanding. All right, we are going to go. I don't like. All right, I'll stay away from up here because that's where I just threw down some ink. I forget where I laid down the ink. I hate when I go in too early on the eraser and then it smudges. Oh, so disappointing. So I'm going to be very, very careful. I'm erasing it in the direction of the inks just in case it smudges. It'll look almost intentional. Almost. If it smudges. We're going to say that it's not going to smudge because it's Memorial Day and I'm drawing the shield. So, Mike, what do you think is dynamic? What makes this picture a dynamic pose? You mentioned that you thought it was a dynamic pose. What are elements that give you that impression? Which is what I'm going for, obviously. You know, that's dynamic is better than not dynamic. Faux show. Faux show. All right, let's go. Let's do like this blue highlighter to get just like a base blue. Base blue. Brother Funk says, got to have some bullets bouncing off his body. Is he bulletproof? I don't know much about him. If he's bulletproof, I can, we can zing him with some bullets. Pew, pew, pew. Make the noises as we draw those bullets. Pew, 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 pew. We got that. This is blue. This is one of the downsides of drawing a character that you're not super familiar with. Like, what are the colors? What are the materials that make up that part of the costume? Because I draw different materials different ways, and it doesn't have to be one different kind of material is drawn a certain way all the time. It just needs to be different from the other materials. A material world. Yeah. It's just the base. The old base. Let me see. Fong says he is the shield after all. This is true. I stand corrected. Let's do a where's my handy dandy? Well, the handy dandy. Let's do it in pencil first, because sometimes when you're doing this kind of stuff on the fly, it goes awry, and you don't want to ruin a perfectly good picture of the shield. With bad ricocheting bullets, you know. I don't like that, because it's going to cross right. It's going to have a tangent right there. No tangents. The tangents can be behind the finger there, and then it can bouncy. All right. That's enough. That's enough fun. We will rock you. Come on. So there's a ricochet here. Want to make sure there's a ricochet over here. And a ricochet right down here. But we want to, I don't know what we want to do, whether or not we want to interrupt that ricochet over there. So that won't matter until we go in and color it. But we're gonna do it right over the finger or the hand to show that it is coming past this hand. And then yeah, I don't know if Ryan's still here, but what's your experience? What do you think of your oh no, I went too far over there. I was feeding into this and it should have stopped there. You didn't see nothing. Happy little accidents. Happy little accidents. Where's Brother Ernest when you need him? Happy accidents. All right. We got that. And that should have been the ricochet for that. And this was the ricochet for this. And this will stay on top too. The only one that'll go underneath maybe is the one into his belly. Get my belly. Mike says, line of action. Upper left to right movement for the eye to follow. Foreshortening, asymmetrical, all that jazz. Awesome. That's a great deconstruction. No, I just know, I didn't think of the line of sight there. No, that's good. Good. The line of his arm creates a nice diagonal line from upper left to lower right and back to the foreground. Yeah. See, I didn't intend, but there it is. I just wanted something smaller in the back and larger in the front. And when we go back into after the colors, we'll make sure to put a nice bold line around this hand, and it will really jump out at you. What's going on? The eternal resurgence is in the house. What's going on? Suggestion: Puma, the werepanther, for a next for a future draw stream. My man. Ever the promoter. Oh, is that also a Crusader? What are they? The mighty Crusader. All right, that's got to remember not to go over his thumb, because this one snuck up underneath, and then ricochets out from that behind the thigh, behind said thigh. All right. Now back to the colors. We'll stay away from all those lines. I can see that, like I can see like, oh, maybe that's just erasing things. I was going to say sometimes my hand will go over top of the inks and then create like a little ink stamp all across my picture. Makes me sad. It makes me sad. So maybe Ryan from Zebra Comics, maybe I can have you back on and you can talk about your experience at the Houston, is it Comic Fest? Houston Comic Fest? Was that where you were? And am I right? That was your first convention? I mean, it's your first comic, I believe. Nephilim #1. but I did not. I don't know if you I think you had never been to a convention as a dealer or someone selling their wares. All right, so this is coming out right as far as the base of it. I feel like I made a good decision when I decided to invest in these highlighters as a light blue, because even the light blue, which is what I'm going to use as a normal blue, it's a little on the dark side. Dark side. Mike says, now blow everyone's mind and have a small Captain America figure finishing a throwing motion in the background. Ho, ho, ho. We shall see. We shall see. That's a great idea. I like it. Me likes it. Me likes it. Let's see how whether time can. That is a fantastic, fun idea. Honestly. Is there some bad blood between the Shield fans and Captain America fans? I feel like there aren't as many Shield fans as Cap fans, so it's not much of a rivalry. Me guesses. All right. There's a lot of red, so you guys know that this is do I have a lighter orange? Might have a lighter orange in this. Let's see how well this holds up. We're just going to keep it on. Oops. Did I not finish all the blue? There's different references. So the blue stops somewhere up here. I didn't even finish, even if that was right. But it stops up here on the one reference. But then the other two references have it all the way up the back here. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right, let's do this. This orange, it's a lighter orange. We're just going to keep it at the tops of stuff for now, unless it proves to be a worthy marker that has lots of juice. It has lots of juice. We just keep on going. But for right now, we'll use it as like a highlight for the upper parts there. The old uppers. I never did do the V down here, but we're just gonna, because we got the marker out, we do the V. V for victory. We'll have to remember to ask Ray about that. All right. Now we'll do, okay, that's going to be white. That's going to be red. That's white. So this is red. That's white. So that's red. And that's red. That's going to be bullet ricochet. All right. So that's more yellow gold. And it looks like he's kind of a redhead. So we'll go ahead and use that for his hair. The old Shield hair. I used to use a lot of hairspray. And I got made fun of. I had a hair helmet. That's what my friends would call it. I call it jealousy. Jealousy. Me thinks they was jealous. That's what me thinks. All right, we're just going to go in with this orange marker that comes up reddish on, not just on camera. I believe it comes up red on camera, but it is in person too. And then the actual red marker comes up a little bit more brown. All right, this is just kind of separating the colors, and then we'll come back in and spruce up the inks, bring it up to the next level. Next level. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just to hint at two different tones there. I was like, are his pants red? I hope his pants are red. Anybody got any firecrackers? Any firecrackers? You in a state that you're allowed to light them off? We were down in Tennessee. 3 weeks ago. So before we left, we stopped in at the firecracker store, bought us a bunch. I was going to buy more. I thought I would be like more excited about it. I picked up a bunch, and then when we got to the counter, it just wasn't a lot, and I didn't spend a lot either. I was like, I was going a little frugal because it was a more expensive trip than I had anticipated. And even though I made a lot of money at that homeschool convention, it was not, it was as much as I thought I was going to make. So it's my fault for not outselling what I had in my head. Dream bigger, I guess. Dream bigger. Don't limit yourself. Trying to keep the lines of the bullets a little bit more highlighted so that you can feel the stakes. He's in danger. He's in danger, danger, danger. Let's see. Mike says there shouldn't be. They both wear the same colors. Yeah, they're patriotic. They would work side by side, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? There's no hair like the 80s hair. There's no denying that. Patrick says, not a huge firecracker guy here, but bring on the hamburgers and hot dogs. Yes, sir. Too dry where you are. Too dry. It has been raining off and on all day. It has been a bad couple of days up here in the old central New York. Not fantastic, but it did get me out of a bunch of yard work that I had to do when the rain stopped this afternoon. So some wifey projects. I just realized she was away for a couple of days, and life is kind of boring without my wife. Like there's nothing to do. She's always having me do stuff, which was good for Alpha Red. I had been behind on Alpha Red stuff, but if she doesn't have me doing a project, I just sit and I draw. and I feel guilty for not doing more around the house. It's more like I feel guilty for not caring as much. I guess I see what she asked me to do. I just don't think to do it because I'm not that bothered by it. All right, let's bring in the old skin. Nope, not done quite yet. Oh, I forgot to do the highlights over here. Got too distracted with the boulettes. Got distracted by all the ricochet. Let's trace out this bicep before I lose that. Let's bring that shape in there. Bring that shape in here. So, Mike, what are you currently drawing a comic? How did you come across this Sketching the Beast YouTube channel? Are you friends with James Sullivan or Brian, the Mantlebeard? Just curious. Why so serious? In my mind, it was curious until I went to say it. And then I remembered it was serious. All right. So this is where I bring in the light blue, which I bought a bunch of light blue. Then I started using it, and it was just blue. And I was like, that's a little darker than I thought. So I went out and bought Sharpie highlighters. And that has become my light blue. It's not as even as I'd like. It's not a stable color. You can see the strokes in the highlighter, but I think it's a fantastic alternative to this being the light blue. I know that there's a light blue. Like, actually, I have it right here, but I couldn't find like a bunch of them. You can get them in like the pastel pack of Sharpies, but they don't sell them like a lot, like a bunch of them. And sometimes you just need a bunch of light blue for that base. It creates highlights, like when you lay it down as the base. So yeah, that was a lesson that I learned when I was at Free Comic Book Day. And I had a bunch of sketch covers, and none of the black and white ones moved. Nobody wants a black and white, no matter how detailed it is, no matter whatever. People are just drawn to the colors. So I just really have to do more colors, which makes J Scott happy. Makes everybody happy. Makes the customers happy. Makes the viewers happy. Speaking of, if you guys haven't hit the like button yet, hook a brother up. Hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, you're watching this later, and you found out that you're not subscribed, I would ask you to please change your mind. Change your mind. Join the Alpha Raiders. Join the Alpha Raiders. I don't know if you guys are subscribed to my Substack, but I've been posting a lot over there about Alpha Red number 9. It's just Substack at Alpha Red Comic singular. Alpha Red Comic singular. Either that or it's alpharedcomic.substack.com. You forget to look. I know that you can turn it into a URL by paying some money, and just, if I did not already have alpharedcomic.com, I could pay a fee, and alpharedcomic.com could take you directly to my Substack. Brother Funk says, we need the Shield revealed revival series by Archie Comics, drawn by James Q. Nguyen and written by Ray McKay. Yes. If you get yourself a one wheel, there'll be plenty to do. I should have looked sooner because I don't know what a one wheel is, and I forget what we were talking about. Yeah, I draw some. I met James and Mantlebeard while working on an anthology together. I dropped out due to personal reasons, but stayed in touch with those two guys. Yeah, they seem like nice guys. Nice guys. Technically, I believe the Shield is public domain, so he could team up with Alpha Red. Say what? Say what? Now you're talking. Now you're speaking the language. Speaking my language. That would be, how cool would that be? I am thinking of, like, after Alpha Red number 10, I might, it's either I stop this series to do like an Alpha Red team up with a bunch of indie creators where I draw it. I have a story already, and I just don't know what to do with it. Or I can make it just a part of Alpha Red. And have people loan me their characters. And I just run it through Alpha Red 11, 12, because there's going to be a bit of a change. Well, there was going to be a bit of a change. I might pause that storyline, and because I'm having so much fun with what Ray and I are doing, that I might pause the pivot that I was planning on doing, and that way I can tease it out just a little bit longer too. All right. Not so bad. All right, let's bring in the red, the blood red, because that's what it looks like when it comes up. Oh, let's do his skin tone. Let's do it. My Vietnamese accent is not as good as it used to be. Let's do it. How's that sound, Phong? Is that the right proper Vietnamese accent? Let's do it. Does that sound Vietnamese? The old Caucasian skin color there. That's light peach is what I use for the base of the Caucasian. And then you have light walnut, I think, light tan, and then light walnut. That's light suntan. What? Light tan is darker. Which is darker? Light tan. want that. Where are the rest of my skin tones? All right. We're just going to go with just a two-tone. You got the light peach and light tan, which is going to be too dark. It's going to make me mad if I lay it down, and it's going to change the whole picture. And it's not so bad. Let's try it on this end here. Oh, I knew it. I knew it was going to be this dark. Let me see if what do we got down here? What do we got here? Light walnut. There he was. Hiding from me. Hiding from me. There we go. Nice middle of the road there. Yeah. Brother Ray is in the house. Look at him go. Look at him go. All right. He's in the house. Currently just trying to get moved in to a new place with plenty of hurdles, but once settled, I'll be finishing up projects, including the short story that was supposed to be for the anthology. That's cool. My man, Brother Ray is in the house. James Nguyen, drawing the shield. Is this hey Ray, is this public domain? Can we add him to an Alpha Red story? The writer of co-writer of Alpha Red. This is so cool. Thank you, Brother Ray. Brother Ray. Ray McKay showing up just in the nick of time. Love the shield. That's what the panel I go on at San Diego Comic-Con is about. The Mighty Crusaders and the Archie superheroes. I'm just not familiar with it, so it doesn't stick in my brain. I know that you announce it and you say that's what you talk about, but like I don't have any reference for who the Mighty Crusaders are. So yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning of the draw stream, wondering where you were. Wish I could have been here. That's all right. It's on YouTube, so it's there forever. Was at church. There he goes, my man. My man. That's a good place to be. We all need a little church, especially on a Sunday. I swear that's not an excuse. Looking great here, James. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I'll check back soon. Oh, keeps moving too fast. That's a good excuse. That's a good excuse. He says, I'll check back in soon. You're the man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ray, which is your favorite era of the Mighty Crusaders? Oh man, I'm sorry, but the shield is not public domain. It's a super popular misconception. Shucks. But hey, who needs the shield when you got Mr. US? That's right. We are using Mr. US. I'm looking forward to drawing him here in the next few pages. What do I need? What do I need? I need gray tones. Gray tones. All right, here we go. Here we go. 30%. Nope, I got 50% already. Let's do 30. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing one of these character sheets for Mr. US, just to kind of break it down as far as costuming and good as a reference. So 30% cool. Cool. Just as the base for the shadows of all the white spots here. All the white stuff here. The bottom of the foot gets mostly dark. Gotta get that there. Shadow. Little shadow underneath the element there. Gonna do shadow underneath the hand. Do the old hand there. Let's see if we go any darker than this 30% gray, 30% cool gray. Never been a huge fan of the warm grays. I just don't know when to use them. I've seen artists use it very well, but I cannot think when I would use a warm gray as opposed to a cool gray. And I know that they use it for different textures, and I just wouldn't think of it. Me would not think of it. Here's 50%. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's be bold. Let's be bold. See if we can figure it out here. So anything that is kind of like way underneath a thing here. Just to push it back into the background. Push it back now. Push it back now. Push it back now. All right. Give it just a little bit there. Push this back. All his stomach is midsection here. Just so that it sinks back. That should be orange or yellow or yellow orange. Oh, I might not have done that because of the. All right. And I don't want to. I just want to leave that alone, I think, so that it kind of pops up. Maybe we'll do Kabamski. All right. Use that as kind of line work almost. Do I? Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to mess it up. I like that it'll just pop out a little bit more, I think, if I just leave it alone. A little bit of patience. Can always add it in, can never take it off. So we'll keep that. I dropped something. The two cool gray brothers. They ran across the floor. Did not like where I put them. All right, so this is the dark red. Bring it in. Yeah, this is an opportunity to kind of draw in those shadows and the line work. When I come in with the line work, will just make it look that much better. Will look that much better. Let me see what I'm missing here. Brother Ray says, and a favorite era is the 80s red circle. Dude, I love this so much. Thank you, bro. I didn't, I guess I didn't even know that you were a fan because I didn't know that this was part of like the thing that you do on the other side there. Man, thank you. Yes, that is a series I read. Good call. Brother Fong says, Ray, you are going to be at San Diego Comic-Con? Mike says, so you mentioned Silvestri and liking when he went with his recent style. What other project besides Batman would you think his current style would fit? I really liked what he did for the Youngblood cover, the cover 100 for Liefeld's, I don't know, 100th issue, his controversial 100th issue. But I really like that. That's clearly my favorite. So I think it can fit almost anywhere. Like it really does depend. Like you wouldn't want to use that style on something like a Hellboy or something like that. That kind of stuff just wouldn't fit. But any superhero comic, I think it would be fantastic. That's exactly where it needs to be, honestly. And I don't think about that too much. I should think about that a little bit more because not all art styles fit every book. No matter how good the artwork is, there is a style that fits better than others. Like I don't, as much as I hope that when I turn Alpha Red into a manga by doing the gray tones, just kind of taking the colors out. I don't know if it will have the same feel as a manga, just because I'll format it to the manga size and it'll be in black and white, and I'll actually have it re-lettered so that it is more typical of manga letters. I don't know that my superhero style will translate to I don't know if manga fans will accept it as manga art. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't think too much about it. I'm not as critical. Like I'm more of a, if it doesn't look right, like after I see it and it doesn't look right, then I'll know that it was a bad fit. But I did pick up a comic. I do remember picking up a comic now where I thought it was a huge miss, and I have it down underneath the table here. It's because it's a sketch cover, but it was Sectars, and the story was pretty fun and good, but the artwork was very cartoony, and I thought that it was a bad fit for the comic. Independently, both were good. It was well drawn. It was more of a manga style, but the story was like it had a lot to do with. Felt like royal family stuff, so it was like more fantasy, even though it was Sectars. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Sectars, but it was like a toy brand back when I was a kid. There's these giant insectoid things, but I picked it up because it was a sketch cover and enjoyed the story. Just thought it was a bad matchup. That's an editorial mishap. I understand that you're trying to get an artist and a decent artist at that, but it does matter. It does matter. Off topic, I have a prayer request for my sister Teresa. She currently under hospice care. Oh my goodness, bro. So sorry to hear that. So sorry. Hang on a second. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, pray for Brian's sister. That's crazy. You're not so old, so I imagine that she's not so old. Mike says, "Bah, just draw speed lines everywhere and they'll accept you. It really, so I was deconstructing some of the image guys, and even Jim Lee, like behind me, if I turned off the thing, like some of his um pinups and covers, they just have the speed lines in the back, like the radiating speed lines in certain directions, or just kind of from the center, and it really is eye catching. So there's something to be said about that, sir. Don't won't dismiss that. Yeah. Fong says, "We'll pray. We'll pray." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. This is the fun part here. This is where we add all the contrast, and hopefully, uh, hopefully, we can make it all work here. Because I'm trying to bring out the different shapes. The head, the head. Thank you. She's 61, 12 years older than me. Yeah. I hate to hear it. Hate to hear it. 61. She's only 10 years older than me. So you think people are old when they say they're in their 50s and 60s, and then you get closer to the 50s and 60s, you're like, that's not so old. Although I'm starting to feel the bones are creaking. Feel the bones are creaking. Feel them a creaking. Wow, this is a long one. This is I'm having so much fun, and you guys are so interactive that I lost track of time here. I usually stop right around 9. Sometimes I go to 9:15ish. But if you guys are hanging on, we'll ride this one out just a little bit longer because my feet are killing me. I'm not used to standing this long anymore. I used to stand. I'm an office guy, so I bought into the sitting is the new cancer. No, what they say? Sitting is the new smoking. Really bad for your health if you're sitting all day. And so I bought this stand up. I made this stand up thing. Actually, parts of it are bought. But anyway, so I started standing for work at my office job here because I work from home. And I couldn't wait to sit down. Like any chance I got, became very lazy. Not lazy, but like just couldn't walk. My feet puffed up. And my wife was like, "I think it's because you're standing so much." Like, but sitting's the new smoking. I have to sit. I mean, I have to stand or else I'll die. But lo and behold, and my rear end was getting so big. But now I'm not used to standing. I did that for like a year. Did it for like a year. But once I started sitting down, my feet were no longer swollen. I was able to start walking. I couldn't go for walks. That was one of the problems, because I wanted to go walk so that my rear end wasn't so big, but I couldn't walk because my feet were swollen. All right, guys, I am gonna call it quits here before it's all done, but I'm gonna do the hand because it's right here, and I've been jonesing to do it. So we'll finish up the hand, and then I will bid you adieu. I will finish this off offline, sitting down preferably. And then I will post it. So if you're not following me on Facebook, I am Alpha Red Comic, pretty much everywhere. Substack, Instagram. I don't do as much Instagram as I ought to. They tell me that's where all the cool people hang out, which is probably why I'm not there as much. But I don't get that much engagement, honestly, from Instagram. I get similar engagement on Facebook, but I'm used to Facebook. I think the interface on Facebook is a little bit better for me, just because I'm old and I'm used to it probably. But see how it's coming together, guys? Get that big bold line around it. Get that big bold line. And then it just pops out at your face. Pops out at your face. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with me this long. I am going to finish it up at a later date. But I hope you enjoyed it. Mike, I hope you learned something. I hope that was worth your time to hang out with us. I'm going to say goodbye to a couple of these people, whoever's here, and then we'll call it quits. Patrick Daniel says, super awesome drawing, by the way, James. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Al Nickerson is in the house. What's going on, Al? Great to see you here, man. It's been a while. Mike says, when you have some time, check out Hellboy, Into the Silent Sea, drawn by Gary Gianni. He somehow made line work well with the character. Okay. I'll have to see it to believe it. But Funk says, just checked that the original 1940s Golden Age, The Shield, is public domain, but it's tricky. I don't know how hard I want to fight to include The Shield in Alpha Red, but we shall see. You can make a patriotic superhero wearing red, white, and blue. That's bulletproof. Just give him another name. Correct. It's no fun. It can be fun. Alpha Red is already kind of like Captain America. So, and then the other part of him that's like Captain America is Wingman. So together, they're like Captain America. They're very patriotic, and they're red, white, and blue, and black, and silver. You know. As long as nobody thinks it's endorsed by Archie, you're good. Oh, okay. I learned. Mike learned. Well, guys, I thank you so much for hanging out with me each Sunday. And this was a long one. So you guys hung in there. I appreciate it. Hit that like button if you didn't already. And we shall see you guys next week. Until then, grace and peace. We are out.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength from above, he battles the darkness with unyielding love. Alpha Red, the hero we need. your faith, lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is protected by our hero, Alpha Red. Alpha Red. Alpha Red.